Hello, everybody.
All right, the next matter on the 2:30 calendar will be for Michael Kelly, 5A0520247. Michael Kelly.
Good afternoon, Judge Grant. Sorry, I was muted for a quick second.
Okay, go ahead and put on your camera, please.
I believe there. How do I do this?
In the bottom left corner, there should be something that looks like a little video camera. On the bottom, just hover over.
I'm on top of mine.
Do you see where it has like video, participants, the chat? Should be a whole.
Think so. Yep, got it. Thank you. Sorry about the delay there.
All right, so it looks like you're here at the courthouse.
Yep.
All right, so sir, this case is for a ticket for operating a vehicle without proof of insurance. I have a violation date here of May 19th, 2025. You've asked to contest this violation, which is a denial that it occurred.
I'm contesting on the validity of the entire traffic stop from initial point of before the traffic stop initiated. If I may explain on the, or at least expand further on that.
Well, if we're going through the contested hearing, basically what happens is I read the documentary evidence that has been provided to the courts. I have an officer citation that I would review, and I would then provide you with an opportunity to testify under oath, and you could make an argument if you like after that point. On an insurance violation, if you had insurance at the time but just didn't have the proof with you, the statute allows for a dismissal, and the court would impose a $25 fee for that. So if you were insured but just didn't have the card, a valid card showing that, that is one way to resolve this. But otherwise, if you want a contested hearing and to make a legal argument, we can do that as well. And it looks like I have been provided with some documents that you brought in today.
Correct.
Like there was a public record request, and is this a pay stub? Okay, this looks like a pay stub.
Uh-oh.
Did you mean to give me that? And looks like
that
credit card.
That one in particular was not supposed to end up in your possession, Judge. Sorry about that.
Okay. All right, got a few pages that maybe like some work history and minutes. I'll set that aside, and we'll bring this back out to you when we're done with this hearing. Got the incident report, and then this looks like an email string here. This is 5 pages long, so we can go through those. That's your materials. All right, so I have a citation in this case, and it is report number 2025-4230. The infraction number was 5A0520247. The issuing officer was Sam Gowan, Lake Forest Park officer. Her number is L323. It indicates here that it was issued to a Michael John Kelly. Lists the driver's license that has an expiration of 2/1/28. The address is noted, date of birth 2/1/88, and the location was SR 104 at the 100-7500 block. Violation was 5/19/25 at 12:08. It would be an AM. So the vehicle was the Dodge Ram truck, the 2006 vehicle. So this citation was for the violation of RCW 4630-020. The narrative in this case It says on 5/19/2025 at about 0700 hours, I was conducting uniform patrol in the 175th block of SR 104 in the city of Lake Forest Park, King County, Washington. I was driving a fully marked Lake Forest Park police car P13 and wearing my full Lake Forest Park police uniform when I observed a silver Dodge Ram, Washington, plate D34580E, passing me, going over the posted 30-mile-per-hour speed limit. I initiated the traffic stop where the driver was positively identified by his Washington State driver's license as Michael J. Kelly, date of birth 2188. I asked for his license, registration, and insurance. Kelly stated to me that he does not have insurance. I advised Kelly that I was not going to issue a citation for speeding or his expired registration, which had expired 4/11/25. However, I did issue a citation for driving without insurance. I explained to Kelly the citation and advised Kelly the instructions on how to take care of the ticket. That is the information that is provided on the citation. These are signed under penalty of perjury. Mr. Kelly, that's what the city has presented. I'm going to give you an opportunity to testify, so I'll have you raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be true and accurate?
I do.
All right, sir, you are free to testify now.
So up to the point that Officer Goen initiated her stop, I was actually decreasing or decelerating speed from actually 35 down to 30, having seen the red light going eastbound on State Route, well, not State Route, sorry, coming down off of Ballinger Way, heading for Kenmore. That deceleration was when she passed me, and at about that point, she flipped around behind me. I stopped at the stoplight on the junction down here, State Route 104/Ballinger Way, at a red light where it was lit. And then when I pulled around the corner on the green light when it was given, she lit me up. She pulled me over, told me that she was pulling me over for speeding 42 in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. When she went back to her vehicle, when she asked me for the license, registration, and insurance, I gave her my license, stated that my insurance information could be found on her computer system, and that I did not have my card on me for my insurance information at that time. She went back to her vehicle and apparently tried to find my information, find record, all that kind of stuff that their systems have on their law enforcement vehicle computers.
I do not believe that they are able to look at people's insurance. I've never heard that. I've only heard the opposite. So that's something that you are responsible for, having a card that shows valid dates. I just don't think that that is something that police can do. So I'll just say that right now. I don't think that's possible. There's so many different insurance carriers, unless there was like state, maybe government ordered proof, like for a DUI SR22 on your driving abstract. I don't believe the police have any way of knowing that. So
having
unless
watched
it's part of your driving record.
So having watched the body cam footage, I was able to identify that she does have access to that kind of information. Having seen inside her vehicle during the traffic stop on the body cam footage, she does have access to the information. I do not have that body cam footage available, unfortunately, right now, because of the fact that it is on my other laptop, which is not set up for Zoom. And I unfortunately can't email it over because apparently Yahoo has a data transfer limitation of only 25 megabytes, and this body cam footage is rather lengthy from that particular traffic stop for both Goen and for Officer Becker I believe he was King County Sheriff's Department, Transit Police, though.
Officer Becker is a Lake Forest Park police officer.
Okay. He had a different vehicle that had a different identification on it, and that's what I'm going off of, but that's fine. I can verify, at least through the body cam footage, that she does have access to that information as far as insurance and what agency, that kind of stuff. Her computer consequently and unfortunately froze in the middle of her trying to find other information, and it led to obviously the speeding warning instead of it being an actual ticket. And then it also led to no citation on the registration tabs. But she did issue the ticket, obviously, for the no insurance based on apparently me having said that I don't have the insurance card on me at that point in time, which I find to be, in consideration of Wren versus United States, to be an illegal traffic stop, because just me by myself telling her that I don't have my card on me doesn't mean she can't look it up on the computer system, which, like I said, through dash cam was proven. The other issue here is what I'm arguing on the validity of the overall traffic stop in general is she pulled me over, claimed that I was going 42 and a 30, and provided absolutely no confirmation or proof. And then on her body cam footage, she doesn't provide anything that verifies I was speeding either. Again, referring back to Wren versus United States, the validity is in question under poison fruit of the tree. Had this traffic stop not been initiated based on what I believe to be a invalid reading and no reading provided, therefore insufficiency of evidence, I believe honestly that no insurance claim should be suppressed. Therefore, I make motion for that. There is no apparent evidence that was provided either in the incident report nor in the communications between me and the department regarding a public records request, which is provided. It also states in the request that the department does not keep a record of the readings where no ticket is issued for speeding. And additionally, in this case, because a warning was given, there is no reading, there is no record, no nothing of what I was going speed-wise. So the speeding issue was the first claim that she made, and subsequently, because that has no proof at all for her to have committed initiated the traffic stop, the issue with the no insurance is what I would consider null and void under Wren versus United States.
All right, I'm going to deny your motions to dismiss. I don't believe they are on point. What I have before me is the officer's sworn statement. I don't have anything from the officer that she used a radar or LiDAR or any device to measure the speed that you're going. She doesn't assert that you were going a particular speed. She indicates that you passed her and you were going over the posted speed limit. Officers are able to make visuals of speed. A layperson can estimate speed so that she can use her expertise as a police officer and as a driver to know that whether or not you are exceeding the 30 mile per hour speed limit. You are not, whether or not you had insurance that you're saying, she said you told her that you didn't have insurance. The statute requires under RCW 4630.020 that you are required to have the insurance, and failure to provide proof of motor vehicle insurance is a traffic infraction and is subject to specific penalties. It says when asked to do so by law enforcement officer, failure to display proof of financial responsibility for motor vehicle operation as specified under RCW 4630.030 creates a presumption that the person does not have motor vehicle insurance. So it's your obligation to provide that. It's not the police officer's obligation to look to provide that information for you. So if you had insurance at the time, you could display it. If the law does allow me, as I said earlier, if you had insurance but just didn't have the proof to provide, it does afford the court the option of dismissing because you had insurance. That's the most important thing. They want to make everyone on the roadways have coverage. This isn't a situation of fruit of the poisonous tree, as you are asserting here. The officer made a traffic stop based upon her observations of your vehicle. She says you passed her. You haven't presented. You've said that you've seen other materials, but you have not presented them here today. I don't have any indication about a speed measuring device, whether or not one was even used.
That proof is in the email from PD records, and I did not say that they don't. I said that they do provide this information in here. Let's see here. Under the incident report, going to be page 3 of 5. The radar or LiDAR equipment does not keep a historical record. And for this vehicle in particular,
Where are you reading on this? I'm on page 3.
Sorry, page 3, top of the page, under first paragraph, whether Officer Goins' patrol vehicle had radar equipment on the shift of the traffic stop, they state yes. They identify it, number DD028690, installed in patrol vehicle number P13, and officer was using during shift handheld LiDAR device number LA04.
I see that, but that doesn't say she used that device on you. It says that her vehicle did have that device in the car, but it doesn't say.
Which provides insufficiency of evidence to state a reason for her to pull me over. There's nothing.
No, that one does not lead to the other. One does not lead to the other. So that does not tell me that she used that device and had a reading. And it says here it doesn't keep a record. If that had happened, I don't know that happened, sir.
Which means the speeding aspect for her pulling me over in the first place was invalid.
No, it doesn't.
That was her initial probable cause for pulling me over in accordance with probable cause regulations.
No, I'm finding that she has indicated that you passed her on the roadway. She deemed you to be driving in excess of 30 miles per hour. She is able to make a traffic stop based upon that. I don't have any indication here that she used a speed measuring device, that she believed you were going 42 and a 30, which is what you're asserting. This document you provided to me does say that her vehicle is equipped with one, but it doesn't say that that's what she utilized in this traffic stop. So I don't have any information in which to make that finding. I find by a preponderance that it's more likely than not that the stop was made based upon her observations, which she detailed in the citation, that she issued warnings for the things that she noted the warnings for. You made an admission to her that you didn't have insurance, but in fact, you did not provide her with any proof of insurance. It may be that you had insurance. You didn't provide proof. That is what is required. You could have provided proof today to the court if you had coverage. You haven't done that. You've provided, I don't see anything persuasive in the materials that you submitted that shows that it was a improper stop of the vehicle. So I am finding it committed by a preponderance. The violation carries a penalty of believe it's $559 for not having proof of insurance. So that will be committed. You are entitled to appeal this, must file one within 30 days. But as of now, this violation is committed, sir. Oh, I need to get you your papers from your workplace. All right. I'm going to take a moment, take a recess.
And no allowance for me to be able to state anything else wise. Okay, another judicial violation.
Was there something else you wish to say? You were found committed. I don't know that there's anything else. You're entitled to appeal. Was there anything?
Since you're imposing that fine, without having asked me if I wanted to see anything beforehand, that's the reason why I had stated that it was another judicial misconduct, because
it's an infraction, sir. You are applying criminal rules. This is an infraction.
I still have freedom of speech as a last action to ask or state something in regards to my situation after you've imposed the fine.
And what did you want to say about the fine?
My ability to pay at this point in time should be considered.
I don't have to ask about that, but it is imposed. If you'd like to make a record as to your ability to pay, you may do so, but that's at your request. You're entitled to make that request and you can go right ahead.
My ability to pay is restricted based on the fact that I am a temps agency worker. My criminal background has a very serious, sorry about the pronunciation, very serious background that restricts about 90% of types of jobs I can work. And as a temps agency worker as well, I have very little income. And that's the reason why I did have my pay stubs with me today in prep for what I thought obviously this would happen. My amount of...
I thought you did not intend for me to see those. That's what you said, but is that you want me to consider?
I'm sorry that I didn't clarify earlier more specifically. We were kind of obviously dealing with things both ends of our side here. I did, if this happened with regards to imposing the fine, intend to present you or provide you with the pay stubs, because of the fact that my work history right now and my ability to work is extremely and rather outrageously restricted based on both my criminal background and the amount of work history that I have, which rather unfortunately is a lot less than the last guy that said he does DoorDash. And I'm willing to bet is a lot less than the rest of your caseloads you're going to have to go through today. Being that I have recently been terminated from 2 different other temps agencies out of 4 that I've been working at over the course of the last 3 years. Only having 2 that allow certain types of work for me to go out on, such as job site cleanup for construction locations, flagging, minor trade fields like that, and on a very sporadic basis. $559 is not going to get paid inside of a 30 to even 60-day window. And on top of that, providing insurance, I have been advised under other attorneys not currently representing me not to say anything about that. So at this point in time, I'm asking
to not say something
about
about
saying
what?
anything regarding whether I've got insurance or not. So I'm not going to be
Well, if you
clarifying
had
anything like that.
insurance, if you had insurance, sir, that would be a wonderful thing for you to say. If you had insurance at the time of this violation, this infraction would be dismissed. So that would be a very smart thing to say.
One way or the other, I've been advised against it. That's all I'm going to say right now.
It's been found committed, so that's neither here nor there at this point. So the $559, you are working sporadically. Is that your?
Very sporadically, as in the last time I actually had work was almost 2 months ago. Almost. No, month ago. 7/24 was my last work day. Then I've been going into the offices every single time that I can over at Higher Quest of Everett and Seattle Trade Labor Corps downtown. And having my record the way I do right now, that makes things extremely difficult for me to be able to garner any gainful income, any money that can be put towards gas bills, transportation costs, like even getting around in general is difficult. I'm having to take buses I'm having to rely on other people for driving me to and from work locations, paying out
Mr.
gas.
Kelly,
fees for
there are
them.
a lot of consequences based upon your criminal history. And so that is unfortunate, but that is the reality in which you're operating under. So what I can do here is I can put you on a time payment plan. I don't know that you would be able to do community service to cover any of the financial obligations, although that is usually an option. Sounds to me that you're keep stressing how limited it's going to be. I don't know that that is going to be viable for you. So if you would like to make time payments, we can put you on a payment plan that may be more workable. Are you getting government benefits?
The only thing I'm getting right now is SNAP, so food stamps. They're basing their amount right now on the last 60 to 90 days of income, and I just was granted that SNAP benefit about 2 weeks ago, which prior to this incident, actually not prior to the incident, during that time frame and into June, I was making enough money, and so benefits to income ratio was considered. But after the last 2 months specifically, it's been extremely difficult to find work because those two agencies had conflict issues with me with them. I self-terminated from one, the other actually fired. So I can, I believe, to a small extent, work a payment plan. That's not to say that I'm going to not take the matter up for appeal.
You may certainly do that. No one is stopping you from doing that, but in the interim, that is an obligation that is owing. So
Yeah.
you should begin making payments on that, and hopefully your working status will change and reflect what you were making earlier in this year. I will send out the paperwork. I'm going to give you back your financials unless you want the court to keep a copy for our file.
You're welcome to keep those.
Okay, then we'll do that. We'll put this here in the packet and we'll send out a payment form with the 559 and you can sign to make time payments on that. All right. And you can just put the laptop computer on mute out there, if you will. Thank you.
Yep.
Be safe, be well, sleep sweet, and much love.